Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a shotgun. No, this is not a step-by-step tutorial, but it's an understanding, it's going to help you understand the process of getting cutters to fire out of a cannon at a high rate of speed. Of course, I'm not going to build the entire cannon. I'm going to leave a lot of stuff up to you guys so you guys can design your own stuff. But if this video does get to 100 likes, I'll be showing you guys an improved version of this, which is called the Railgun. Essentially what this thing does is it keeps the projectiles together for further. You can actually aim with it, and whenever it fires at a very high rate of speed and keeps all the projectiles together. So, without further ado, I think we can get right into it. Alright, so the shotgun. It's very powerful. It launches a lot of stuff out the front of it. I made a video on it a few months back, so if you want to go check that out, it was a video made back in October. There should be a little card on the top right of your screen right now that is linked to it. But basically, if we just tear it open from the top, what you're going to probably be seeing is a lot of cutters. All jammed into a barrel. And the first thing you're probably going to notice is they are not welded to each other. Some of them accidentally got welded to each other when I originally built it, but this top part here, none of them are welded to each other. And the reason for that is that if they're welded to each other, they're just going to come out as one big blob out the front. But when they're in this type of format, whenever the magnets, which is how this thing actually works, in the back, whenever they turn on, it's going to launch them all. Of course, there's a lot of lag, so if you want to have a less laggier version of the shotgun, you got to get me to 100 likes so I can make the next video explaining how the railgun works. But it's very powerful, and that's the general gist of it. Now, if you're wondering, okay, Zuggy, I get it, but, you know, you have those magnets in the back. It looks like a pretty complicated thing. You get, like, motor 2s that, like, flip up a magnet, and it's just weird. You don't have to have the motor 2s. The motor 2s don't actually do anything here. I just thought it was something, like, when I was originally building it, I was trying to do something different. I don't particularly remember what it was, but I think it was, actually, no, I think I was trying to have the magnets turned on and not affect it, and then magnets could be on, and then I could push a button, and it would flip up and then fire it. But that's too many steps, and I figured this would be a much simpler version, and it does the exact same thing. Basically, you'd place them down like this, and you can bind it to whatever you want, but I have it set to middle click. Well, I will, if I can. I forgot to place them down with a set setting, so give me a moment. Alright, so now they should all have the set settings. It's mouse button 3, which you don't need, but it can be set to whatever you want. But this button right here, the backwards, is going to be whatever. You need to set this to whatever you want to use to fire it. Then, in front of it, you're going to want to have cutters that are set up in a manner that they would not weld to each other. So, I recommend a pattern similar to what I did inside of the build, which, give me a moment, technical difficulties. I'll be right back when I get this figured out. Alright, so I had a pattern that was set up something like this. It's not exactly like this, but this was the general gist of it, so that none of them could be welded to each other. And I'll just, like, speed this up a little bit and just, like, place the pattern. But as you can see, none of the cutters will be welded to each other when they're done, which causes a lot of physics lag, which, like I said, the other railgun doesn't lag as much, but that's pretty much the gist of how it functions. Then, whenever you spawn in, if you press the middle click button, which, of course, this is going to fall off right now because I deleted a bunch of blocks on top, but you'll see these little white ones right here. They go flying, just absolutely just go off. And if I do hit something with this, it should absolutely obliterate it. So let's load in the actual shotgun again without any damage or anything on it. And hopefully this person has PvP turned on. I don't know if they do, but we're going to try to hit them and just show you guys how powerful this thing actually is. And as you can see, their build is kind of a shell of what it once was. And that was a very weak hit. Like, I barely did anything there. But basically, that's the basic gist of this. Now, the last thing you guys are probably going to be asking is, Zuggy, how does this thing work on the front? Most people don't know this about Motor 2. Well, most experienced players do, but a lot of newbies, like whenever I was new to the game, I had no clue you could do this with the Motor 2. Motor 2s are normally controlled by your mouse. So wherever you point your mouse, it'll either go up or down or side to side, depending on how you have it placed. But you can set it to servo mode, which allows it to be set to a certain angle. And so basically, as you'll notice whenever the shotgun gets fired, the top part here, like, none of the cutters can fall out because this is here, but as soon as I press middle click, you'll see it flip up and then go back down. So whenever you have it set to servo mode, it'll only go up, like right now it's only going up to a 160-degree angle, but then it goes right back down. It goes right back down to, you know, the normal, this position. I can't speak, but you know what I'm talking about. And that's basically the basic gist. Now, I will warn you, if you set it to 180, Sometimes they will try to rotate backwards to get back to where it was originally at, which in this situation you'd see wouldn't work. But I think that's about it. The rest of this is kind of useless. It just kind of makes it mobile, but it does lag a bunch. So for the third time in this video, I think, or fourth time, I'm going to say, remember, if you want the other version, which is the Railgun, which is less laggy, and it's much more accurate, then you gotta get me to 100 likes on this video. Show your friends the video too. I mean, I want to see more of these in the game. I think they're really cool and interesting, and if I could see some people like build like proper artillery with it, that'd be really sick. Anyways, I think that's about it for today's video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.